Hey everyone, it is Micah Jenkins, Black Status presenter with Younique, and I am so excited about our call tonight. First off, thank you to everyone who's taking the time out of their night to be live. I know sometimes it's hard to get on these webinars live, and there's so many of them, but I know tonight that you're going to leave feeling inspired and refreshed. Christy, Mandy, and Audra all have really neat stories, journeys with Younique, and I kind of got this idea when talking to Carly Pass, a Black Status presenter on my team, and we were talking about the struggles that some presenters face in their unique journey and how it can be so discouraging. But the thing is if you stick around, if you're consistent, if you're persistent, and you keep fighting, there's always that reward at the end. So I hope tonight that you will listen to their journeys and take that with you as you leave. So I'm going to talk for just a few minutes, and then I'm going to hand it over to them. Okay? So people quit. People quit direct sales companies every single day. People quit Younique every single day. People quit corporate America every single day. It's just a fact. It happens. It's not anything you've done wrong. It's not anything wrong with Younique. Maybe the fit wasn't there for them. Some people just don't want to work. And that's normal, and it can be frustrating, but I want you to know that it is normal. So we often talk about the 1 in 3. And I've heard this told two different ways, but this is the way that I like the 1 in 3 rule. So 1 in 3 people are coming. They haven't found Younique yet. They're still out there looking for the company for them, or maybe they're not looking, but you're looking for them. They don't even know, maybe they don't know what Younique is. Maybe they don't know they're looking. Like for me, I wasn't looking for a direct sales company. I wasn't looking for a job. Younique found me. So 1/3 of the people in your company are not even in your company yet. 1/3 of your company, they're working. They're truly working their business. They're staying consistent every single day. They're posting. And then the other 1/3 is leaving. They're not really posting every day. They're not being consistent. They're not doing parties. They may, sell a product here and there, but they're not really working. So 1 in 3 are only working. So if you've only recruited 3 people, you have to realize only 1 of those is actually going to work. And that's why we encourage you to recruit at least 3 a month, because we know the numbers prove it that not everyone is going to work. And I have a little, I'm going to share something from my back office with you guys, and it just proves this point exactly. So oftentimes, I've heard my upline say this, and it's something I say as well. I've kind of passed on that the people who help you promote will not necessarily be the same people who help you promote to the next color. So for example, the people who help you get to pink may not be the people who help you get to green. The people who help you get to green may not be those people who help get you to orange or purple or black. So I wanted to put this little saying to the test. So I went into my back office and I looked at the month I went green. And I went through every single person, and if they had over $500 in sales, I wrote their name down. Now, of course, some of those people may have been brand new and hadn't started working yet, so I only did those with over $500 in sales. I felt like that meant they were really working their business. Then I went to last month. How many of those people were still around? Were they qualified? Here are the numbers. Excuse me. Out of the 46 people I had on my team when I went green back July of last year, so over a year ago, I had 46 people on my team. Only 6 of those are still around. 6 out of 46 people. That is a huge difference. That proves what I just said, that not everyone's going to stick around. So here's another. I then went to the month I went purple. That was actually last October. Christy, who's on this call, went green on Halloween, and that bumped me to purple. So I had 223 ladies on my team. Once again, I went through my back office. Every single person who had $500 or more in PRS, I wrote down their name. Then I looked in October to see how many of those people were still around. Out of 223, only 23 people had over the $500 PRS last month. Now, those statistics may not be exactly right because, you know, not everyone has a $500 PRS every single month. Some people just stick around, you know, and do 125 every month. But I felt like 500 meant they were really working. Y'all, that's only 10%. That is why you always have to recruit. You always have to keep building your business. The people who joined you will not stay forever. They won't do it, okay? So that's all I have to say, and I'm going to hand it over to Christy. Christy was actually my second recruit. She's one of the 6 who stuck around with me. I didn't run her off. I've known Christy, I think, since I was about 8 years old. So I'm going to let her tell her story and her journey. Okay, Christy, are you there?
I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. I'm Christy Henderson, Purple Status Presenter. As Micah just said, she is my sponsor. I was her second recruit, so we have been on this journey this whole time. Let's see, I joined June 21st of 2014. And when I joined, it was amazing, okay? I pretty much brought the 3D mascara to the town I live in. And I hit the ground running, like, big time. I hit yellow in 7 days. So I had $1,000 in sales in 7 days. And then July rolls around, and I hit pink, and then I hit blue, all in 1 month. I did nothing but party, party, party. I had over 4,000 PRS. You know, like, I thought it was just amazing, okay? It was amazing. I was recruiting at the same time, building my own team. So then August rolls around, and I was still building a team. I was still having parties like crazy. I was pushing for green. I was trying to motivate my team as much as I could. Didn't hit it, missed it. So then September rolls around. I was still partying. I was still recruiting. I was still getting all my sales that I needed. Trying to motivate my team as much as I could, and only a little small handful would work. And I couldn't understand why. So that month, I was also in a getting to green group, okay? So, and in these groups, you know, they have tasks that you have to complete. So I was doing the tasks, everything. I completed majority of them. If I didn't complete all of them, I can't really remember. It's been so long. And I think everybody in that group hit green except for me. And I wanted to cry. Like, I was so excited for everyone else that hit it, but at the same time, I was devastated. I was like, you know, I didn't understand why me and my team couldn't hit it when everyone else was. We were doing the same thing. So for about 1 whole minute, I wanted to quit. I don't know if I ever told Micah that or not, but for 1 whole minute, I was like, I'm done. Can't do this anymore. After that minute passed, I was like, what am I thinking? I can't be doing this. I've made it this far. I want to be at the top. Like, I just made all that devastation fuel to my fire to hit green. So, by the end of September, beginning of October, I was messaging Micah and Carly Reeves like crazy. And I needed them. I needed them to push me and motivate me, and I needed to be held accountable because I told them that, you know, no matter what, I'm hitting green this month. Like, I'm going to do what I have to do. So here I was still trying to motivate my team that I've had from September and August. And I couldn't grasp the fact that not everybody wanted to be successful. Not everybody wanted to sell. And I was just solely focused on them. And Micah was like, you can't focus all your energy on them. You need to focus your energy on the ones who want to work. So that opened up my eyes, because I was solely putting so much information, like so much of my focus into the ones who didn't want it. So I recruited girls that month, and these girls actually were girls that wanted to work. They wanted to hit promotions themselves. So I just pretty much, I did everything in my power to my new girls. I did everything in my power to get them to yellow. For my sales that month, I want to say I had over $2,500 in sales that month. To find parties to get more sales, I went back through old hostesses, and I said, hey, if you can find me 2 ladies to find a party or to have a party with me, I'll give you a free eye pigment or a free lip gloss. And I got so many parties and out of that, and I think I got 2 recruits out of that. So then, I don't know, I just remember October was just such a crazy month. But I ended up hitting green that month with like an hour to spare. It was Halloween, so everybody was out doing Halloween stuff. It was on a Friday night on top of that, so it was the best time in my life. Like, I was more excited about green than my other promotions. And I have a few tips. Let me get these out real quick. Okay. Like I said, I had messaged past hostesses to get more parties. Like, that idea worked for me. So just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So you have to find new ways to get around your hump if you can't find parties, you know what I mean? So you got to get creative with things. That's one tip. Got to get creative. Tip number 2, you got to be consistent. Okay? I've been with Unique for 17 months. I have posted every single day for the past 17 months. Not a day has gone by that I haven't. Okay? That is one of my biggest tips. People know me in my town as the makeup lady or the Unique lady, and I love it. And I'm also, another tip that I have, I'm a hairdresser here in my town, so I talk the talk all the time. When I have people sitting in my chair, if they don't bring up Unique before I do, then I bring it up. I take my makeup with me every day to work. I show them. And then, let's see. I got off track for a second. Sorry, guys. Always have your mouth open. And that's what I've done the past 17 months. Every single day, I talk to somebody about Unique in person. Every day for the past 17 months. So that has helped me a lot. And then my number 1 tip. This is like my favorite tip ever. It is never let people forget what you do. So, and being consistent, that pairs with that. I mean, I ended up hitting orange status in January of this year, and then purple status in February of this year, the very next month. My team completely doubled within 1 month. Imagine if I would have quit last September. Like it just, me even thinking that for 1 whole minute, I just can't fathom it anymore. Like, it has blessed my life so much, and I mean, honestly, it's just been for the best. So my advice is just don't give up. Keep doing what you're doing. and don't let people forget what you do. And that is it.
Thank you, Christy. That was so good. And like Christy said, I like to call it the 80-20 rule. 80% of your time should be focused on the 20% of your team that's working. The ones that are really working. And I know the hardest thing, and this was hard for me, is to let go of those who aren't working. If they're not working and they're ignoring your messages, when you're reminding them like, hey, let's go do this, and they're not messaging you back, after 2 or 3 times, you drop them and you walk away. It is easier to give birth than resurrect the dead. I know that sounds funny and corny, but it is true. These ladies who don't want to work, nothing you say will change their mind, more than likely. So you just got to walk away. It's nothing you've done wrong. Some people just don't want to work the business, and that's okay. You just move on without them. And maybe they'll come back one day, maybe they won't. Okay, so next up is Mandy. Mandy actually is not even on my team. She is one of my unique sisters. She's under Carly Reeves, and I'm under Carly as well. And I think we joined about the same time, and we just kind of hit it off and have chatted back and forth for the last year and a half. In that group, Christy was talking about in the Getting to Green group. I was in there as well, and so is Mandy. And I have to tell y'all, Mandy is one of the sweetest people I know. She is so positive, and oftentimes when people give me excuses, I will use Mandy as an example, and I will say, okay, guys, I have a friend who has 8 kids. No excuses. If she can do this business, you can do this business. Because I know she is busy chasing those kiddos around and taking care of them. So I'm super excited for y'all to hear from her because she has such a great journey to share with you. So I'm going to let you take it over, Mandy.
Hello. I'm Mandy Sharp. I am a Green Elite Status presenter. I have been around just as long as Micah has. I started back in May of last year. Carly is my sponsor. So a little bit about me. I've been married for 5 years to a man who had custody of his 5 children when I married him. I had 2, and we had 1 together, and all 8 of them live with us. So we have custody of 8 children at all times. So I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom with 8 children. I own another full-time business, a wedding photography business and family photography also. And I do Unique full-time. So I am busy, like really busy. I also sing at church and work at church and stuff and do stuff at church too. So before I started Unique, so I worked at a bank for 8 years. I started out at the bottom, filing in the IRA department, and worked my way up to assistant manager. So I've always liked to move up. I've always had the leadership skills in me. I've always wanted to move up. After I worked at the bank, I sold cars, so I got my first taste in sales. I was really good at it. I worked at a used car lot. I sold 3 cars a week, every week. It was my goal. Like, I had to sell 3 cars a week. That was it. I did it. So I started Y. A neighbor came, handed me mascara, and said, try it. I tried it. I found Carly. I signed up that night, the day I tried the mascara. My launch party started. I earned my $99 back in 3 days. I had a $1,000 party, or over a $1,000 party. I went yellow my first week. I went pink within like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I went blue like my second month, and by month 4 I was green. And so it was just so fast. I didn't slow down to even think about anything. Like, I just kept going, and I learned as I went. It was just, I just ran. I couldn't stop. I recruited. I was doing parties. I just had sales coming in. I couldn't keep up. I had a notebook full of names. I just had to keep writing names down, and I had just pages of customers. I just couldn't keep up. So I'm just go. September I was green. October I was green. I earned my unified to go to the leadership retreat. And let's see. October green, November was awesome. My team was doing amazing. I had girls that were promoting. I had girls that were reaching blue status and pink status and yellow status. Just crazy. When I went green in September, I had 40 team members. I had 19 personally enrolled, by my 4th month. And then December came around, and I did not do as many parties in December as I was doing the whole time. December 15th came, and we didn't have expedited shipping like we do this year. So all sales stopped on December 15th. Luckily, this year we have expedited shipping, so sales will not stop on December 15th. So my team trying to reach our goal for green in December, we were struggling. So the last week in December, after Christmas, after holiday, we're all trying to push to reach green again, and I was thrown into Facebook jail. So I kind of panicked and didn't know what to do, so it just put a huge slow damper on me, and I did not hit green in December. I hit blue status and carried over into January. I created a second Facebook account, trying to make do, trying to keep my team encouraged, and January was just slow for me too because I was stuck in jail. I felt like I couldn't do anything. So I got out of jail finally, Facebook jail, and I ended up going, so I was out for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks in January, I got thrown right back into Facebook jail again for 2 more weeks. So, and they think that it was another company, a direct sales company, that were targeting leaders in Younique at that time, but that hasn't happened since. That's good. But so I was kind of down from all that and not hitting green because my momentum was so high, and my expectations for myself were just to go up, 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 never down, never back down. So to go back down, it was like, ugh, God, that sucks. So, all right, so February, I'm out of jail, doing amazing. I'm pumping myself back up. I'm trying to pep myself back up, get it going again. I got my team back up. We hit green again in February. Went to Unified in March. While I was at Unified, 2 of my blue status presenters, one separated from her 9-year boyfriend, lost her house. She quit selling Younique, period. She was my blue, so that was $4,000 of my circle that I counted on. And another blue status presenter, all at the same time, started going through she's separated from her husband and started going through a divorce. She quit Younique. So that's another $4,000. Had another girl that had a death in the family. She dropped out for a little while. I had another girl lost her job and separated from her husband. It was like 3 people right in a row that separated from their husbands and death. It was just like big things right after the other, and they just fell away. So I was stuck with like nothing. So I mean, I had my handful of girls that were the hobbyists that sold, and I had a couple that were trying and working up. But my main girls, the ones that you talk to every day, the ones that sell, the good ones, they completely disappeared. So that was March and April. In so March and April, my PRS was only $318, $305. That's horrible, y'all. If you're green status and up, you have to have like thousands. So I was so depressed, I wasn't even selling. Like, I wasn't doing parties. I wasn't doing anything. I was ready to quit. I was just kind of depressed. And I'm a very positive person. I love being happy. And just, so I'm like, gosh, I guess I just need to quit. This Younique thing's not working out. And Carly messaged me, and she's like, what are you doing? Come on, like, what are you doing? And she didn't realize that I was like all depressed and sad and stuff. And I remember getting, like, I cried that day, and she didn't know, but I was like, man, she was so mean to me. But that's what I needed at that moment. Like, I needed her to be mean to me. She wasn't mean, but just tough love. It's Carly. So I was like, yeah, she's right. Like, I need to figure out what I'm doing. Am I going to quit? Am I going to stay? Like, what am I doing? So my husband asked me, he said, so are you going to quit? And I said, I would be stupid to quit. Like, Younique just makes sense. Like, there's nothing about Younique that's wrong. There's nothing about Younique that there's a catch. Younique is amazing, like it's flawless. I would be stupid to quit. So I had to make a decision to, like, I already made a decision I was going to stay. So I needed to find out what I needed to do different, because whatever I was doing was wrong. So I knew that I needed to recruit, I knew I needed to party, and I knew I needed to sell. So I started doing those things. And another thing is I was putting so much time and energy into my team page that I couldn't focus on me and my parties and my recruiting and my business. I was too worried about getting these girls like selling and stuff, and the ones that didn't want to sell. I was trying to, get them to sell. So what I did is I talked to, I think it was Micah and Carly and Angie, I think, all told me, you should just close your team page. So I did. I closed my baby. I put so much sweat and tears and love into my team page, and just posting every day, just trying to motivate everybody and just, get them going. That was my green group. That's the girls that got me to, helped get our team to green. And but I closed it. I went in and announced in there, I'm going to do away with this team. I need to focus on my business. I need to, get everything back to normal and go on again. So I closed the group, and I waited for about 2 weeks before I even started talking to my team again, because I wanted to sit back and wait and see who are my runners, who are my people working, who's coming to me asking questions. And by those 2 weeks, I found those people that were working still and wanting to run with me, and I grabbed them and I stuck them in a little message thread, and I said, okay, we're doing this. So I recruited a ton of girls in May, and I created a thread called May Y Girls, and to this day, they're like best friends, May Y Girls. And then this past May. So my May Y Girls, every single day I posted something new in there, and just teaching them one thing. I didn't bombard them with a million things. I just gave them one thing a day, one tip a day for like a whole month. I did the same thing in July. I created a July Y Girls. And so I had this whole nother group, and they became really, really close friends. And so I had 2 threads going, and in August I combined them because it was just getting too tough. So I've got all these girls now who are talking, and we're like best friends, and it's this great team now. It is so encouraging, so great. They're the best. So with that said, I don't think team threads are bad, but you can't waste all your time and energy on trying to motivate these girls that don't want to be motivated. So you've got to focus on the runners, just like Christy said earlier. You have to focus on the runners, and don't look back. Focus on them and just keep going. You keep training, you keep teaching, and if they don't want to stay up there with you, then that's their problem. That's their problem. So, okay. Let's see. I think, okay. So, with that said, now it is, I finally went green again in hold on, let's see, in September of this year. So the last time I was green was in February. I rebuilt my entire team, and I hit green in September. So I've hit green elite status twice now with the company, which is amazing. And to me, it meant so much more my second time than it even did the first time. And the first time I cried for like 2 days. So so I hit green, and I hit green. I haven't stopped hitting green since. And this month, in November, I have totals to reach orange status, and I'm minus an elite, so I won't hit orange status, but my totals, my number totals, I definitely will. And my team is 154 women strong, and I have 45 women that are personally enrolled. And one thing that has gotten me through my downtime, my really low points, is I read or I heard somewhere somebody said there are so many ups and downs with direct sales companies. You have to push through the downs. So I literally tell myself that all the time, like, oh, this is just a down moment. I got to push through. I tell my girls that all the time. There's ups and downs in direct sales. You have to push through. Like, you just have to push through the downs. So, so remember that. There's always ups and downs in direct sales companies. Just always push through those downs. And one more thing, always stay positive in your team pages, in your threads. Stay positive, stay positive, stay positive. Do not allow negativity. All right. Thanks, Micah.
Thank you so much, Mandy. And Mandy truly is one of the most positive people I know. I was, there on the sidelines the whole time she went through all of this. I never heard one negative word out of her mouth. It was just always, I'll come back. I'm going to do this, And I think, was it last month or the month before that you recruited like 7 people in 1 month? Yeah, that's huge. So that's a woman on a mission who will not be defeated. And like Mandy said, you have to push through the downtimes. Not every single month are you going to hit a goal or hit a promotion. And that's okay. When the times are down, you just have to keep trucking. For me, last November, so it was called A November to Remember. It was my first November with Unique, and everyone was saying, like, this is going to be the biggest month ever. Y'all, it was my worst month ever. It was my worst month, my worst PRS month. And I was so down, and I saw all these people promoting, and I didn't have a promotion that I could hit, but you just have to keep pushing through. And like Mandy and Christy both said, you really have to focus on your teammates who want to push with you. And those ones who don't want to push, you just let them go. And it's just part of it. You can't focus on that. It's not your fault that they don't want to work. Okay, so next up is Audra, and I am super excited to hear from her. Audra, once again, is one of Carly Reeves' presenters. I have actually not met her, but I'm so excited to hear about her story. When I told Carly I was going to do this call, that I was going to talk to Mandy and Christy, she said, you have to have Audra on this call. Her story is so good, and everyone needs to hear it. So I'm going to let Audra take over and tell about her journey with Unique.
Hey everybody, I'm Audra. So I am on Carly Reeves' team, and I am now currently a Blue status presenter. So September 30th, I joined Unique, and I joined Unique with the intentions of making this a business. I was super excited. I was a single mom at the beginning of it, so my goal was to do everything I could to get this business going and make it the best. So within a month of joining Unique, I started recruiting a ton. I had a ton of girls. I had a big, huge launch party. I actually joined under, Carly actually was not my sponsor when I first started. I actually joined underneath one of my really good friends from high school, and she convinced me that this would be great for me, and I was super excited after I heard all about it. And so when I joined, I had a launch party. It started out awesome. It was like a $1,500 party. I was super excited. So within a month of joining, I hit yellow October 27th, so a little under a month, I hit yellow. And then in December, the beginning of December, I hit my fast start. So I started the business running, and I hit it fast, and I was so excited, and my eyes were on black. I just thought it was so, I thought it was right there, because it was so easy for me to hit yellow, and so easy to do that fast start within that short amount of time, and all the girls that were excited to join with me, everything was just so easy. So about 2 months into that, after hitting yellow, I did more recruiting, lots more recruiting, and I still did parties, was still doing good, but I was still stuck at yellow. So woke up one morning, and I had my sponsor, like I said, we were friends, and I had joined under her, and she had started a team page, and I was full of questions. I always am full of questions. I have tons of questions all the time. So I got up and asked the question in the team group, and I had no response, nothing. And all the girls underneath me were in that group too, and everybody was asking questions, and we had the sponsor above me, the girl that I had actually joined under, wasn't responding. And so she literally just disappeared. So I think it was a couple weeks into that, she came back and said she was back, and that some things had happened, and she was back. And so I kind of got, this relief again, like, okay, now, I have somebody that I can ask questions to, and I can get out of this yellow and onto pink. And then she disappeared again, and she was gone for good. And I woke up one morning to, she never even told me that she was going anywhere. I actually woke up to a post when I was scrolling through my Facebook feed that she had joined another network marketing company, and I was unaware of it. So at that point, things just got really tough for me, and I didn't know what to do. I was stuck, but I still wanted it so bad, and I didn't want to give up, but I didn't know where to go from here. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who my upline was. I didn't know who my sponsor was. I didn't know who to go to for questions. I was still kind of learning like the ins and out of the whole team page and the circle group, and I started to feel like I was like annoying when I asked every single question on the team page and was waiting for just any random person to answer me. Within that month that I had found out my upline had left me, I actually got a message from her, and she was actually trying to recruit me to that company that she had joined. And for me, I just was mind blown and confused, because I thought, okay, this person got me into Younique because it was so great and everything was so good, and I was so excited, and now why is she disappearing without telling me, and where is she going, and what's happening? And so at that point, I had contacted Carly, and I just asked for help, and I said, I need help. This is something that I want, and I did not want to give up. And I asked her to help me. And at that point, from there on out, she had said, I'm your upline, I'm your sponsor, come to me for anything that you need. And I took a big breather. It was so awesome. It was just awesome. So from there on out, I kept recruiting, I kept partying, but I was just having tons of trouble, and I think I had a lot of anxiety with it, because it was something that I wanted so bad, but yet I don't know, I was stuck, and I didn't know how to be a leader, because I didn't really know everything yet. And I think that I started to slack for a while, because everything kind of slowed down there for a while. And so I went to Carly, and I told her that a good way for me to be pushed is that I need the bad. I need you to give me all the bad, and not bad, but like I need you to don't tell me that I'm doing good if I'm not doing good. Like, tell me what I need to do and how to do it. And from there on out, I worked my butt off. And so November, let's see, I hit yellow in October. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and November. Finally, October of this year, I hit pink. 1 year. 1 year I was stuck at yellow, and I was stuck at yellow. I was stuck. I stayed at yellow for 1 entire year, and I never gave up. Never. Because the whole time I had my downs, and I my team, the group of girls that had joined with me at the beginning, like they had mentioned at the beginning of the call when they said you need to focus on the girls that want it. I had girls that didn't want it like I did, and I couldn't understand that, and I wanted to push them, and I think I did that in the wrong way, and I was trying to push too hard for them to hit their goals and to do the things that they wanted, or that they told me that they wanted, and nothing was coming out of that. So in the meantime of me hitting pink, I worked on my leadership skills and remembered that I needed to focus on the people that did want it versus the people that didn't. I actually have the people that joined with me at the beginning are no longer in my group. I actually restarted my entire team, and I have a great group of girls that are working, that are amazing. My team is great. We all work together, and so October of this year, I hit pink. After 1 year of being in yellow, I finally hit pink, and 3 days later, I hit blue, and it was, I couldn't even, I literally stood, I get so emotional even thinking about it. I literally stood at the computer with my entire family when I turned blue. It was amazing. And I sat at 33 cents for 30 minutes. I sat at 33 cents waiting for that to turn blue. And I remember my husband saying, just buy mascara. Just buy a mascara. You'll hit blue. And I said, no. This entire year I have pushed and never gave up and always stayed consistent to hit these colors, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So this month, my group of girls that want it and that have showed me that they want it, I focus my time on them, and we work together as a team, and we're on the track for green this month. So I can't even believe it. Like, I think it's crazy that I could possibly be green this month. Like, I don't think I've slept. I barely eat, and I cry like every day. So I think that's it. I really, honestly, like, my favorite word is consistency, and I think that Carly knows that because I've stayed consistent this entire time, and I never have stopped posting. I post every single day. I talk about Younique every single day, and in my I don't actually have a group, but I do have a thread of the girls that have shown that they do want it, and we all push every single day, and my word in there every single day is consistency. Like, when they get down with themselves, I always tell them, like, stay consistent. I promise you guys, for 12 full months I stayed in yellow, 12 months, and I literally hated that color because I never felt like I was going to get away from it, and I wanted pink so bad. I never even thought that I was going to hit blue. And I do remember when Carly left for the cruise, I remember I told her, I said, I promise you when you get back from this cruise, I'll have 2 pinks, 1 fast start, and when she came back, I had 2 pinks, 1 fast start, and a blue. So not only did I hit pink, but I hit blue. And so you really just have to stay with it like I did. And if it means that you have to be in yellow for 12 months like I am, do it, because I can't even imagine if I stop now, that moment that I hit blue with my entire family sitting there with me, I would never have that. And so I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. So
thank you so much for sharing that. Kind of like the opposite story of Christy and Mandy. For them, everything happened so fast. And then for you, it was the total opposite. And I have someone in my circle. I don't know if she's watching, but I have someone in my circle, and I need to message her because she's very inspiring to me. She's a hobbyist with Younique. You know, not everyone wants to go black, and that's okay. That is absolutely okay. Everyone is welcome. And for her, it was just a hobby, and she said, I'll recruit here, I'll recruit there, and I'm just having fun. That's what she always said. And she hit pink last month, and she's on track to hit pink this month. She may hit blue. And that's so inspiring to me because, like I said, not everyone wants to go green. Not everyone wants to go black, and that's fine. But the biggest thing for me, and what y'all have heard from Christy and Audra and Mandy, is not to get down, to keep going, to be consistent, to make your name known. You should be known as the mascara girl or the makeup girl. You should be consistently posting every day. There were a few questions in the chat bar, and I'm just going to talk for a few more minutes. I don't want to have this any longer than an hour. So a few people said, I'm posting, and I'm not getting much response. Or, everyone who's responding is unique people. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Keep posting. Keep doing it. There are times that my post might get like 2 likes. I post a picture of my kid, and I get like 200 likes. I post a picture of Unique, and sometimes I only get 2 likes, and it always makes me laugh. But you just keep posting. My biggest piece of advice for that is to use your own photos, use your own videos. Don't be salesy. Share your love for the products. When your friends and the people on your Facebook can see that genuine love for the products, how excited you are, that's when they start buying. It's when you're not trying to sell them. When you're still a year later posting about this amazing mascara, look at my lashes, or look at this eyeshadow, that's when people are like, okay, I get it. She really likes this eyeshadow. Maybe I should buy some. One of my best friends, I've known her, I don't know, since I was in probably junior high. It took her a year to join me. I never, ever mentioned to Unique to her, not one time, because I was like, gosh, she's such a good friend, and I don't want to do it. So I didn't mention it to her for over a year. And then I saw her in person. We're military, so I don't get to see a lot of my friends face to face, but I saw her, and it just got brought up. She brought it up, and she ended up joining the next day, not 24 hours later. I just shared my excitement. I didn't try and sell her. I just said, oh my gosh, you have to see these products. They're so amazing. Look at this. Look at that. And, this is what it can do for you. And I do this from my phone. And sometimes, from my computer while I'm at home with my kids. This is why I love it. And she joined not 24 hours later. And then my sister-in-law, if she's watching, she's going to kill me. Y'all, she watched me for over a year. She watched me, and, she knows me. She knows I'm not some shady person just trying to get her to join a direct sales company. She watched me for over a year. Sometimes it just takes time. People have to watch you. They want to know that you mean business and you're not just hopping around from company to company trying to make a quick buck. Okay, someone asked about recruiting. I'm going to give my #1 recruiting tip. This is on my YouTube. I always go back to this. My #1 recruiting tip is talking to your hostess and your loyal customers. Do not word vomit. Don't do it. If you type up a response and it's a paragraph long, go ahead and delete it. What I personally do, my goal is that every single one of my hostess becomes a presenter. Every single time. I want them to join my team. So what I do is 3 to 4 days into my party, whether she's made 1 sale or 10 sales in her party, I just send her a message. And this is seriously all it says is, have you ever thought about joining Unique? That's it. Just that short little sentence. When she says yes, I say, okay, good, because I'm making this money off your friends, and you should be making it. And that's it. And then I wait for her response. I'm not overwhelming her. I'm not loading her down with a ton of information that she doesn't need to know. I'm not like breaking down the comp plan or talking about our founders or anything like that. That's all great information. But it's not information you need to tell someone right off the bat. And then I let her kind of lead it, like, okay, what questions do you have? I always like to stick with 3 facts. The facts are, we have no auto shipments. We have no monthly fees. Free website for life. You're paid 3.5 hours later. I like to tell them that. And then I'll say, what questions do you have? For me, I like to get them on the phone. They can hear my excitement, and we can talk back and forth right then and there. Because, sometimes when you're messaging, it takes you a while to get back to someone. So I like to get them on the phone personally. If they say no, they've never thought about joining Unique, I go right back to the sentence I just said. Well, girl, I'm making all this money off your friends, and you should be making it. And then guess what? That gets the wheels turning. That's what happened to me. The girl I joined under, before my party ever started, she said, well, I'm always looking for people to join my team. And I said, no. I had never done direct sales. I had no interest. I just wanted my mascara for free. I was one of those people. And then my party started, and 4 days later, the wheels got to turning in my brain when I saw my friends buying this product, and I thought, she's making money off my friends. They're mine. She doesn't even know them, and money's going into her pocket. Not cool. So you have to offer the opportunity. Like I said, I like to talk to my hostess. That's my number one. If I went back through all my parties, I would say that probably 30% of my hostess joined. I have no clue. I'm just making up that number. But if I do look at my personally enrolled, over half of them I did not know before Younique. These are not my friends and family joining up. These are people who I've met through Younique, who I've followed up with. Following up is key. Being consistent is key. Not trying to sell people. Just be consistent with your posting. Follow up with your customers, and that will lead to your recruiting. Party, party, party. Party leads to sales, which means you're following up, getting more hostess, and getting more recruits. So I am going to leave it at that. I am so thankful for all of those who got on. I do hope that you were inspired by these stories. I loved hearing every single one of them. And once again, just thank you. Bye, you guys.